To start your painting, you should have everything set up and ready to go. You may have some areas that you may want to come in and do some erasing on first, due to the fact that the lighter your paint, which really yellow is the only color you need to worry about something showing through it. Otherwise, you should be pretty good to go, and you're going to start in the background. Now, I have a specific type of background that I need to start and work around my shapes first. If you have something that is more along the lines of something that's a grid pattern or lines that you see here, then that's a little bit different because you're going to be just painting between those sections. Same thing here. This one actually has shapes, so you would again have to work around those things first and work into the background first. The background, you're going to work from the back to the front. You're going to have 3 brush types to work with. What I call the large brush, the medium brush, and a small brush. And you have square brushes. You will have access to the green brushes with the thin points on them, little thin lines to make lines on them. But the bigger the space, the rule usually is similar to the bigger the space, the bigger the brush that you need to use. And it's always the same type of thing where you're going to paint in one direction and you'll work through your deal. Now, I have my water bowl about 3/4 of the way up. That's always a good rule, just simply because it allows you to use it more often before you have to get it clean and replace it. And so you'll start, and you probably want something under your work because you're going to be painting against the edge like this, and you're going to paint in one direction like you always do. Now, if you're working where you're working around shapes, you'll notice that this the square brushes will paint lines if you take and pull them. So you'll find that I'll use that term a lot. Take your brush, pull your paint to you, and go around your shapes. It's okay in this case if you get on those lines. Why we're doing it this way is so that you don't have to come back and repaint things, because we want to work smarter, not harder. And so you're going to get an even coat of paint for your background before you do anything else. You're also going to paint up to your object and around it as well in a similar fashion. And then once this gets done, you'll also want to be sure to always hold your hand up. Once you get this done, then you're going to come back and then you're going to paint whatever your other shapes and things are on your paper. Now, remember that after you need to clean your brush, you have to, this is different than watercolor paint. So let's say that I'm already finished with my background and I'm ready to change color. Again, you want to make sure your paint's going evenly and in one direction while you work. To clean your brush and change colors, you're going to have to actually go into that bowl, and you're going to have to go to the bottom. You can probably hear that. And you're going to go back and forth, because acrylic is going to stay in the bristles of your brush here, and it's going to stay up here in the quick of the brush more than anything else. If you can still see color, that means it's not clean. And you're going to drag it across your bowl and get that out. You'll have access to the absorbent towels, and then if you get that off, make sure you get your water off before you progress to your next color. And then you just get ready again, and you pick whatever color you're going to use, and then you go with that as you paint. Now, I would not really want to paint this here right now because it's wet and it would get into my brush and make green. But you don't have to do a lot of mixing. Right now, your background, you just want to do one straight color, so you're not having to try to mix anything else up. That's your step 1.